everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple finally announced their September 2020 iPhone event, although there's a few people saying this may not be an iPhone event. So I wanted to talk about everything to expect, talk about the actual event page, so you can see there's the actual event announcement. We'll talk about that, and also take a look at maybe some iPhone 12 cases to give us a better idea of what that will look like, and also talk about when to expect iOS 14 betas or final versions as well. So let's take a look at that. Now, first of all, with this Apple event, you can actually see it for yourself. Just go to apple.com/apple-events and you'll be able to see it for yourself. Now, this particular event will be streamed live for everyone to be able to watch. So if you have an Apple TV or your iPhone or an iPad, you'll be able to watch it on September 15, 2020 at 10 a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, this may adjust based on where you're located. You may see the time correlating to what time it is for you. Now, one of the neat things they've done with this particular event is tap on this little apple here, give it a second, and it pops open a thing so you can see this Apple icon in augmented reality, or you can see the object, and the object changes. You can move it around. It's kind of interesting, and you can play around with this yourself. Some people think it includes a hidden message, so that's pretty neat. Or you can use augmented reality on your table or wherever you want to place it and see what it looks like. So it's pretty neat that they've included that. You can try it out for yourself. Now, according to Mark Gurman and iMore, this event is not going to be an iPhone event, but rather an iPad/Apple Watch event. And instead, Apple will have another event in October with iPhone 12s launching. These sources are very reliable. Mark Gurman and iMore have been reliable in the past. Of course, we'll have to wait and see, but that seems very likely, at least from what they're saying. So instead of being an iPhone 12 event, what we'll have is the new Series 6 Apple Watch. So we'll have a new Apple Watch with watchOS 7 and this new watch face, along with a new O2 sensor on the back, maybe a slight thinness or redesign here, some new bands, and a minor update as far as the hardware is concerned, although Apple could surprise us with something interesting, along with an Apple Watch SE or a lower-priced Apple Watch, which I talked about yesterday. Now, as far as an iPad goes, Apple's about to launch the iPad Air that should have a more squared-off design like this iPad Pro. And the nice thing about this design is it's just super nice to hold in the hands, feels premium. Hopefully they strengthen it a little bit, but also it would support Apple Pencil too. And this is one of my favorite designs where it just clips on, charges, and pairs magnetically. So it's super nice to use, and we would expect accessories and things like that. I can't wait to see what Apple has as far as that goes. So it would have an A13 CPU inside, also maybe 4 gigs of RAM from what we're hearing, along with about a $500 price tag. Now, Apple may also launch AirTags, which are those little tags similar to what Tile has, where you can locate products. That would be really nice to see, along with maybe a 3rd generation AirPod. So we could see those as soon as this coming Tuesday, and hopefully an Apple TV. There's no rumors about that, but I hope we see that. Now, also, because Apple would launch Apple Watch Series 6 with watchOS 7, we would see iOS 14 similarly timed around the same time. So what that means is iOS 14 Beta 8 could be as soon as tomorrow. I thought it was actually going to be today, but we're on a weekly cycle now, or we have been for a couple of weeks. And so I would expect Beta 8 as soon as tomorrow, maybe Thursday, since Beta 7 was launched last Thursday. And then maybe GM, or the Golden Master or final version, released to developers first after the event on the 15th, and then the final version of iOS 14 the week of the 20th. Of course, this is just me speculating based off information from iOS 13 and what they've done in the past, but it seems likely that it would come out at that time. Now, what that would mean is iOS 14 would launch along with watchOS 7, maybe tvOS 14 as well, and then iPhone 12 would launch with iOS 14.1. And so I've heard a few different people say this. I think that seems accurate if Apple's going to push that out until October, and so that seems likely. Now, along with iOS 14.1 would be macOS Big Sur version 1 coming out to the public. That seems very likely, and iPhone 12 is supposedly still going to look squared off like an iPhone 5 that I have here. So it will look squared off like this. This is one of my favorite designs. And along with that, I was able to get my hands on some cases from CaseCoo. They were nice enough to send them along to give us an idea of what it will really look like. And these cases match up perfectly with what I have with the prototype units. So these are non-functioning prototypes for case makers, and it lines up perfectly. So you can see there's a clear case, There's a black plastic case that's thin, and all of the buttons line up perfectly. On the bottom, the case lines up perfectly with the speaker, microphone, and lightning port, as well as your volume buttons and silent switch. So everything seems to be laid out this way. And these are pretty finalized from this company that plans to sell them, Caseku. So I'll link them in the description. It's not a sponsored video, but I thought it was interesting. And the other thing is they sent along 2 other sizes as well. Now they sent along a 5.4 inch and a 6.1 inch case as well, but not an additional 6.1 inch. So maybe the 6.1 inch looks the same and there's just going to be an iPhone 12 and 12 Pro of the same size with the same cases that would fit perfectly. That would be kind of interesting. They sent along a clear version of the 5.4 also. So this gives you an idea of exactly what it should look like, what to expect, and it looks like everything's ready to go as far as the overall design. This is pretty typical this late in the year. We know what they're going to look like. We have an idea of the camera cutout, all of the port locations. So it looks like that's going to be expected, as well as the notch. Don't expect the notch to go away. And so as far as iOS 14 launches, iPads, Apple Watch, I can't wait to see what Apple has on Tuesday, and hopefully we'll see more than we expected. Maybe there'll be a one more thing. I would love to see that. I would love to see Apple glasses, but all of these things are very early. But the number one thing I would like to see is a new MacBook with Apple Silicon in it. That would be a huge surprise. I do think it's too early, but I would love to see something like that. But anyway, I think it's going to be an iPad Air and an Apple Watch. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So I'm really looking forward to this event next Tuesday. Of course, I'll be watching it live, making a video about it afterward and talking about it to you. And so I can't wait for that to happen. So let me know what you think they'll show at that event in the comments below. Also, I have a new wallpaper for you. So if you'd like to get your hands on this one, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.